Great day, great life, great now. Beautiful Vibrillionaire, Vibrillionex family of the mirrors of the one consciousness that all is. Welcome to another episode. Today is President's Day, and the topic for today is inspired by President's Day, but we're going to do a little twist on it. And I'm going to include a link in the comments, and I'm going to post another post with that specific video because I did a video over 9 years ago saying the same message. And eerily, it was the same candidate. And the one thing I wanted to say is, what is your relationship with your own mind? Does it feel like an enemy, an adversary? Does it feel like a judge, jury, and executioner? Or does it feel like your trusted servant, your best friend, your greatest, most intimate partnership? Because let me tell you, the brain, it's something you can't go to a store and go trade in for another brain. You can't go lease another brain. It is what you're given. For the rest of this life, you're given this brain. How do you treat that relationship? Because let me tell you, we get so focused and caught up with who's going to be the next what, waiting for the solution to come outside, and we don't elect ourselves. We don't elect the greatest source of life within us to come alive. But we expect to see a different life outside of ourselves. Now, it doesn't matter what president is in office. The question is, how is your relationship with your trust in life? How is your relationship with your trust in yourself? How's your relationship at home? Because that's the one that really hit me when I was going to do this live. Because before, I was so distracted to be something that I was aspiring to. Call it spiritual, call it, awakening. I was chasing after a dream, thinking that one day the dream was going to wake me up. Instead of realizing that the awakened one is already present here and now. And my question to you is, what does this mean to you when you hear this? Because let me tell you, there's so many distractions in the world right now. We have access to so much information. Just by a touch of a button, we can access any place of the world, any content, keyword search, SEO, all these different terminologies. We have access to everything. Yet, for the majority of us, we experience heaven and hell simultaneously in the same day. We'll have high highs, and then we'll have extreme lows. And then we think there's something wrong with us. And then we think we need to get prescribed or medicated some external solution. But it's a temporary fix. And then we justify why to continue to play small, to talk about the problems of the world, that one day somebody's going to fix them. But yet the whole time, maybe you watching this, there's so many of us going to sleep afraid of tomorrow or carrying on the weight of yesterday. So President's Day is about something much deeper. And let me say, to honor all presidents of all countries, of all timelines, thank you. Because we live in a universe of perfection. The microcosm, what makes you, the DNA, the molecules, the atoms that make you are so designed perfect. We can't even do a percentage of what flows through us. Do you manage your breath? You talk about, managing your business. You are the greatest business. How do you manage your breath? Do you take inventory of how many times your heart beats throughout the day? Do you take inventory of all the thoughts that stream online, that live stream through the brain? Do you take account to the countless identities that you role play around different people, different environments. We've all done that. Because when we don't know who we are, and we don't elect ourselves to reside on that stage of our consciousness, meaning the real you, not the you that you were born and taught to believe, but the real you. So, honoring all presidents, honoring all leaders, which I wouldn't call them leaders because most follow. And in that video that I recorded over 9 years ago, I said if a president is coming from an agenda, then they're a follower. Because when we reawaken the heart of truth, of the soul, that all is one, we will tune in and tap into technologies, ideas that will transform the world overnight. And Tesla, which should have been president in some way, because at the end, he lost touch with himself, trying to save the world. But there's so many people that have harmonized such energy in themselves that those should be the leaders of the real free world. Because the free world is already here. How are you exercising your freedom? And for those of you that think that I'm, sharing about political, I have no political preferences, resistance, judgments. Because I trust a greater source that is in charge of all things. And like my mother and my wife, they stand by Romans 8:28. All things serve God. No, wait, all things serve those who love God and are called according to God's purpose. And my favorite one is seek ye first the kingdom, the divine dimension of God, the real reality, and all things shall be not added, but unveiled, revealed unto thee that are already here. The kingdom of heaven is all around you, and so many people are experiencing the kingdom of hell. Judgment, survival, pain, fear, stress, sickness, judgment, jealousy, pride, things like that. And you have a choice that when you vote and you elect whatever that faith is in you, I cannot say this enough, but you will live a life of ease, harmony, and flow. And even when you fall, you'll be so grateful for the fall because it will unveil deeper and greater reawakening that is always now. The falls will not limit you. The falls will not stop you. The falls will be so much gratitude because that's the grace that we've been given. That's the grace that we are. So, the intention of this video is to share that you are the president of your life. Doesn't matter what the economy is, doesn't matter what the systems, the conspiracies, and all of that. There's so much online. I see it bombarded every single day. And don't think that, I want to share this, and, the greatest thing to share and to focus on is to harmonize the head and the heart, to reawaken the soul consciousness of the core of who you are and all is. And when you access that, you will experience the Midas touch, the golden touch, because you will have reawakened the golden Buddha, the golden Christ, the golden Atman within you. That is not within you, the person, it is within you, the all. You will see it in everyone and everything. Yet if you're arguing and you're debating and you're fighting over, maybe you got the president that you elected, and maybe you're not happy. Maybe you're debating other things. You're never happy. I'm going to ask you, you got your candidate elected, which right now is Trump. So you got your candidate elected. Why aren't you still not happy? You got what you wanted. Why are you still not happy? And maybe you didn't vote for Trump, and you're still not happy because now the one that you voted for is not in office. What I want to ask you is, are you tired of being sick and tired of looking outside, waiting outside, praying for the outside to change and conform? Are you ready to surrender that control, the effort, the force that exhausts you? That at night, maybe you can't sleep. At night, maybe you have so many thoughts that you are on your phone until you get so tired and you fall asleep. Or you keep your TV on because you need noise in the background because you can't sleep. Or you take prescription pills to help you go to sleep. Let me say this for entertainment purposes only. I don't claim to treat, cure, or diagnose anything. I'm just saying that when you address the mind is the root that will open up the heart. And you will realize how supported, how loved, how abundant, how alive, how aware, how awake you truly are. So thank you for being here. This is the number one mission, is so that we can remember together, we can mirror one another more consciously, more grounded, more joyfully, more playfully together. Because let me tell you, if you've never watched the movie Mary Magdalene, I highly recommend it. I want to ask you, how does it feel to carry that weight around? If you know the results that you've been getting are not what you've been dreaming and hoping and praying, why do you carry around all that weight? Why do you choose to hold on to grudges, to judgments, to anger, sadness, guilt, vengeance? It's a weight. And there's nothing outside that will ever absolve or dissolve that weight. We'll just find another clothing, another costume, another mask, another escape, another suppression. And it's just like pills. The more you take, the body is a great tolerant machine. The more you ingest, the more the body's going to tolerate it. And it's going to acclimate to it. And you're going to need a higher dosage. You're going to need more. You're going to need more. You're going to need more. And the more you get, it's like now that you get so much, it's like, now I don't have no excuse why I'm not happy because I chased this. So I want to ask you, are you tired of popping the pills of conformity with yourself? Are you tired of getting the, you know what, of the mental virus of fear? And no matter what you're investing in, if it's just causing you to have more fear, what is the results that you're getting? And it doesn't matter how, educated that I'm like, oh my gosh, I just found this out. Oh, just found this out. That was Michael's journey for over 20 years. The more information Michael acquired, it was never, ever, ever enough. And this is why I share with this for you today. That if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you're ready to live a life of simple ease in an abundant flow, that your outside does not have to match your inside. But when you devote to the inside, your outside will start to adjust, because you will start to see with heavenly, ethereal eyes of love, eyes of truth, eyes of grace. And that you've been wanting others to give you, you'll have reawakened it within yourself, and everything you touch, everyone you talk to, everything that you experience will be gold. Because even when you fall, even when you mess up, you'll see the gold in that. And when you get up, you're going to leverage all of that, and you're going to realize that life is truly a treasure. Because life takes care of life. We cannot do a better job than the ultimate supreme source consciousness, call it God, universe. We cannot do a better job than that. And trust me, I can tell you by personal experience, there's no way that I could have created this life that I live today, even if I had thousands of years to plan it. There's no way that I could have personal, physical, personality-wise, the character, the person that Michael is, could have created what I get to live in this life. And I would not trade it for anyone or anything. And I say this not to brag, but I say this to invite you that if you've been praying, if you've been hoping and wishing and dreaming and striving for a greater life, let me tell you, it's yours right now. It's not something that is waiting for you in the future. This life is yours right here, right now. So if you're ready to get out of your own way and allow the fire of the beautiful flame of love, of grace, of truth to dissolve everything that you're not. And trust me, people tell me, Michael, but am I going to have to stop the life that I lived? No, I still live. And I have a greater life. Because here's the thing, whatever you thought you were going to lose, you might not even lose it, but even if you lose it, you don't lose yourself. And when you don't lose yourself, it's not just a win for you. It's not just a win-win for the people around you, because the vibration will permeate existence. It will be a win-win-win for the whole world. Because the greatest gift that you can render humanity is your own self-realization. Because when you dissolve those things that are filtering how you perceive reality, fear, judgment, anger, envy, sadness, victimization, saviorhood, entitlement, unworthiness, all these different programs will start to dissolve. Seeking validation, chasing recognition, chasing success on that hamster's wheel. Again, going in circles. When you devote to this life, you're going to realize that you already were there. But when you devote to this life, let me tell you, you've never lived a life, and this is speaking for the old Michael. Michael's never lived a life at this caliber, at this quality, at this dimensional degree of the qualities of the child of God, the child of the universe, the child of the divine. So if you're ready to take this journey, and you don't have to be educated of all these, spiritual concepts and spiritual beliefs and spiritual truths, because when you embody the energy, all of this will start to make sense. But if you chase all of this, not embodying the energy, it'll be too heavy. It'll cause confusion. It'll cause exhaustion. And the ego will feel more exhausted because now it's more confused, because it cannot see the face of God and live. It cannot see the face of truth and live. It cannot see the face of life and live. Meaning that one that you think you are has to die. And it dies in the flame of love. And what comes out of that is a more loving, is a more authentic, a more vibrant, a more alive you. Because let me tell you this before we go. You're going to die anyways. And you're dying every day. You're also living, being born again and living every day. But I'm going to ask you a question. Do you want to continue to die to the hopes and dreams of not just yourself, but the people that are waiting for you to step up? Maybe your children, maybe your parents, maybe your wife, maybe your husband, maybe your neighbor, maybe your boss, maybe your employees, maybe the people that you have in your circle. Maybe you're their prayer. So when you don't answer your prayer, you're actually not answering other people's prayers, that they're looking at you to realize that prayer. So my question to you is this. Do you want to continue to die to not just your dreams, but the example that you are called to be for others, without having to think like that, just being? And then you're going to live to the doubts, to the fears, to the worries, to the insecurity, to the survival, to the stress, to the insomnia, to the amnesia of continuing to deeply more forget who you are. Because you will live more of this. Or do you want to die to that? And do you want to be reborn to the truth and the true nature of your being? Where love, wisdom, joy, and I'm talking about not happiness, I'm talking about a joy that eternal flame can never be put out. It's always on. Harmony, wholeness, peace, inner, mental peace, compassion, kindness towards yourself and reflected towards others. This is what's available to you. To die to what no longer serves you, and to be reborn to what serves you. And what is always available here for you, which is who you truly are. So, as I conclude this message, there's a saying that I mentioned in the comments that I want to say. I'm inspired to say. In the business world, there's a saying. The team, the circle, the people that got you there, and I highly recommend you adopting this. Because sometimes we use people, places, and things just like we use the president to say, oh, well, I'll just wait for the next president. And we don't take responsibility of our life now. So the people, team, and circle that got you to where you are is not the same team, circle, people that's going to take you to where you're going to go. I'm going to somatify that. Vibrillionaire, Vibrillionaire lifestyle, love style, is this. The people, the teams, and the circle that got you to where you are is a reflection of the perspectives, the stories, and the identities that you projected them to be in your life. So it was really you. So you must let go of the old you in order to the team, the circle, the people that are going to get you to where you want to be, which is already where you are, because time is irrelevant, space is irrelevant. As we are on this live, you see the time, you watch this whenever you watch it, but you're watching the replay, so time is irrelevant. You see that space is irrelevant because I'm in your living room, I'm in your office, I'm in your car, I'm on your phone right now, wherever you are. Space is irrelevant. Form. I don't have to be in your body to be speaking to you because form does not limit us. We are one. So where am I going with this? That you see that all of these are illusions. So then the people, the circles, and the teams are excuses to not take responsibility. Instead, it's so easy to say, oh, that person's toxic. Oh, that person gets on my nerves. It's really you. It's not the president. It's not the government. It's not religion. It's not society. I had to go to prison to realize this subtle truth. And until I realized that the water that I was drinking was being programmed by the thoughts that I was thinking. And then I went even deeper. But I'm just going to share from that point. The water that you're drinking, if you're drinking angrily, you're just going to vibrate and you're going to reflect more anger in your life. So, are you ready to let go of your old self from a place of love, from a place of gratitude, from a place of grace that you pray for you? Give that grace to your older self and all those that contributed to the projection of that older self. So that now you can truly live by the Midas touch, which says in the Bible that we are all made in God's image and likeness. But the question is, are we really using God's imagination? And are we really tuning into God's likeness, God's qualities? Are we tuning to egoic, what people call the devil, what people call, the adversary's qualities? Because it's really just the aspect of you that you don't want to see. That maybe you hide when no one's watching, and maybe you talk to yourself like your worst enemy. That's not going to take you to where you want to go. It's actually where you are right now, at the truest level. So, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for watching. If you're interested on taking your life to the next level and not just dream it, not just wish it, not just hope it, you don't have to fight for it. There's no amount of fighting that'll make it happen. It's already available here for you now. Then message us. Ali and I, we got you covered because we will mirror one another home in the one truth, the one love, the one source of grace, of agape love, of infinite truth that we are. Thank you so much. And until the next time, remember to share, comment, tag, and invite other people to join us on the Samadhi Vibrillionaire, Vibrillionaire journey of life, because we're barely getting started. So elect yourself, harmonize the politics, which are the poles inside of you, love every aspect of you, and vote with charge, being in charge of your energy, not blaming anyone, not looking outside, but taking true responsibility of how you project your life. And you will see how you are already the president of your life. And no matter what president comes and goes, you will be at peace. You will experience harmony in more ways than you can imagine. And you will manifest such love in your life that the team, circle, and people around you will reflect that. Your business will reflect that. Your life will reflect that. Thank you so much. And until the next time, remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you truly are.